What up, y'all? It's your man, Abuamerican. So, cowife.com is no longer cowife.com. It's just cowife. Well, cowife.com is there, but check out cowife. Go to your app store. I don't care if you're on Apple, if you're on Android. Boom, we are there. Next, Abuamerican.com. Check out the vetting guide, polygynous household, whatever else. But as for the vetting guide, part 2 is underway, and it is not going to be a book, guys. It's going to be a course that's going to cover probably around a week to 2 weeks. In this, we're going to be covering vetting. We're going to have different guys on. We're going to be on at different times. This stuff's going to be recorded for those guys who join up but can't make the live classes and ask the live questions. You're going to get Q&As with guys that got experience. It's going to be real. We're also going to be talking about what you need to do just as vetting as an individual, meaning there are certain mannerisms that you display as a man that vet certain types of women. So when you display a certain type of standard or values and ethics, they know they don't fit into it. Yeah, they're going to try and shame you. Yeah, they're going to be mad at you, but they're definitely not trying to be a part of your life. They're going to do the work for you and eliminate themselves. A woman who understands that her value is high and your standards are high and she fits into it, boom, she passes the test. We're going to tell you how to look out for those women, all that type of stuff. So let's get into this. Now, I've talked about this before. I don't know if I made it a video. I'm in a hurry, guys, so I'm speaking fast. But moving forward, you know, and this is in specific to life. Life is all about movement, as they like to say, you know, and it truly is. We're always moving towards our grave, but the reality is no matter what, work, you know, nature as Allah has created it, you know, everything is all about forward movement. And one of the worst things you can do is stop and just stand still. There are times, obviously, when you need to be still, when you need to stop and think for a minute, plan, plot, and then move forward again. But I'm going to use the comparison to combat. Now, anybody who's played paintball, or anybody who's done that sport where they run around with those little tiny little green beads and they shoot each other, you know, if you ever played that, my son plays it. I forgot what it's called. Whatever. If you've ever done that, one of the worst things you can do is when you come under fire is what? Freeze. And that's life. Life is difficult. Life takes shots at you. And the last thing you should do is pause and freeze when you're exposed in the open. It's a good way to get wiped out. If you're in paintball and you're changing cover, what do? You don't stop and then go back, do you? No, because now what you do is you made yourself an easy target because for a split second, you've stopped to go back. And at that stopping point, what's that guy doing? He's shooting at you. You're still. He's going to tear you to pieces. Maybe he'll miss, but he most likely won't because he's been adjusting the whole time to try and hit you while you're a moving target. So the moment you stop, even if it's just for a split second to go back, remember, he's been gunning for you for those same split seconds. That's all he needs to hit you. Life is not much different. You can't get caught out in the open and exposed. There are times when you are safe, when you're in cover, that you stay there, you plot, you're calm, and then you plan your next move before you start moving. And of course, we don't get, you know, what is it called? It's called something paralysis, where it's like you overthink a situation and you don't move past it, because then you're just gonna be stuck in cover, and guess what? Everything else is progressing around you, including your enemy. Now, this obviously isn't about enemies, it's just about life in general, but I'm using enemies as the example. Your enemy, when you're not moving, what's he gonna do? He's gonna progress, he's gonna move forward, and he's gonna come and get you. He is going to hunt you. No matter what, he's gonna fight you or he's gonna hunt you. And you can't sit around waiting for it to happen. You have to be the aggressor, you have to move forward, you have to charge into it. Now, that doesn't mean stupid, that doesn't mean blindly. Remember, still have a plan. Plan, move, go forward. That has to be life. What you can't do is you cannot, in any situation that you can think of, that I can think of, and maybe you can, and if you can, then drop it in the comment sections and I'll be like, oh, that's amazing. But it's the exception, not the norm. One thing you can't do is move forward and progress while looking back. Imagine if you drove a car like that. I'm gonna go to the next city. You drive to that next city and everything you know, everything that's dear to you, everything that you love is in the city that's behind you. And so you're driving, looking back. Oh, my city. Oh, it's so amazing. And you're like this. How well do you think that's going to go for you? Or you're in the rearview mirror. Oh, my city. Oh, I'm going to miss it. Oh, it's so horrible. Oh, I love it. Look at the streets and the roads and I don't know anything. How well is that going to work for you? You cannot move forward looking back. You can't go into something new if you're attached to something old. You can have your attachment that's emotional, but that's it. You can't look back. And we're not talking about physical look back. We're just talking in general. Have your attachments, your love for something, but when you're moving forward, when you're progressing, don't look back. Whether it's good, whether it's bad. Just imagine, I go to the gym now. I'm lifting, I'm seeing progress. I don't like the way my body is when I'm out of shape. So am I going to look back on my old body? Oh, man, that's so horrible. And then just be working out, in there grunting and doing my stuff and making sound effects and whatever else. But you get the point. No, I'm looking at my progress right now and what I need to do. Okay, my shoulders are getting big. I need to work on my biceps. Oh, my forearms are tiny, but my biceps are huge. You know what I mean? I'm not looking at like that ugly, whatever type of style of body that I don't like for myself at a picture. It's so terrible. And then here I am, like, in generally a magnificent form and not paying attention to the details of what I'm becoming right now. I can't work like that. I can't do that with my career. Oh, my old job, it was so comfortable. This one's so challenging. No, that challenge is making you into something new. It's making you stronger, making you faster, making you better. Move forward. Stop looking back, people. Your relationships are the same way. You can't, and this is one for the ladies, especially you ladies, guys too, but ladies more than anybody else. You can't go into your new relationship with a new person looking back. I don't care if this new person is worse than the one you were with before. Take it as a lesson and deep six that person, because that's what you learn from the past. That's when in the back you learn from the past. But if that person's better than what you have now, we take it that you learn from the past. And so you're making progress. You're moving forward. You can't be looking back and having this new person in front of you. Men, women, nobody. Stop doing this stuff. Guys, move forward. Forward progression. You can be happy about, thoughts of the past. Like when you memorize new verses or something. Man, I remember when I didn't know any Quran. Now it's great. But you don't pine for those days. You don't look back at it. You don't just stare back at it. Oh, man. That was so terrible. And then you're trying to progress while learning Quran. It can be a motivator, but it can't be your focus. So if you are going to use the past, use it as a motivator to get away from what you were or what you dislike to becoming what you want. But you cannot become engulfed with it and trapped with it and wallow with it. It will without question. Just like that paintballer who's shooting at you from the opposite direction, it will hunt you down and it will destroy you. It's your man, Abuamerican. Do with this as you please.